Young boys nearest the camera here, Manchester City on the far side. Yellow and black pretty much everywhere you look. Stuart, of course, Manchester City are very, very strong favourites.
They have to be, but they're trying to play it from the back here. That's what I was talking about, good pressure.
Montero winning it. Montero weaving away into the area, and it's a hammered cross shot, which to take the Manchester City corner kick. To the near post and headed wide. Goodness me, it's a real... Grealish here, floating into the area and put over the top of the crossbar by Matheus Nunes. And that for Salzburg and for Dortmund. Here he is. Haaland, good foot in by Camera. Grealish, lovely ball, big chance. Doku for City, well saved. Racciopi with the save to keep it 0-0. That was a glaring chance for Doku. His chance.
There's that little slip with the standing leg, which made it slightly more difficult for him. He actually kicked it onto his standing leg. Made it easier for the goalkeeper. Racciopi.
Keeping close, he's looking for Kovacic. It was actually just about retrieved by Diaz. Kovacic has then lost it, and Itten charges away. He's looking for support. Montero's trying to provide it. Itten here for young boys, and Ederson with a stretching stop. Ruben Diaz. Great touch by Grealish to control that. And a scoop ball into Haaland, who had to try. A little flick from Nunes into Haaland. Good ball that. Grealish, Haaland's heading into the area. Grealish went for goal, and Racciopi made a hash of it. Nunes couldn't put it away. Doku might. Camera is there.
One he should hold on to. It's a bit lucky.
And another corner as a result. Greenwich once more. This is training ground stuff. Bloom with the ball into the box, and the header over the top from Itten. Doku. Bloom and Montero in front of him. Doku onto his right boot. Good hit. Relatively straightforward save for Racciopi. Had a long time to see it coming.
Once again, good change of pace, gets it onto his right foot, goes over the top of the camera.
Matheus Nunes with this corner kick. Oh, Racciopi denying Ake. Was it Rodri?
Here's that. Ake's doing a bit of blocking in the box. Yeah, I might have had a look at that.
And that is half-time, and the home supporters are pretty happy with that. Their side hasn't had a lot of the ball, but they have had a couple of attempts at goal. Manchester gets the second period underway with Manchester City kicking from right to left in this half. Grealish with the Manchester City corner. Haaland attacked it. Doku. Kovacic. And Rodri. Clipped invitingly, and Ruben Diaz, and following up is Akanji to score for Manchester City. The Swiss international back in his home country touches Manchester City in front after the ball had slashed off the underside of the crossbar from the effort from Ruben Diaz. Akanji City.
Well, Racciopi can count himself a bit unlucky. I think he gets a touch on it to put it onto the crossbar. Just here. It's a decent save from him, but it falls nicely for Akanji. He still has to get above it. He has the player that got the good header in after a lovely cross from Rodri. It's a bit of a mismatch. Bloom was the player that was going up with Diaz.
In Manchester City colours. And encouraged by that to make a buccaneering run forward, and that's a good ball into Erling Haaland as well. Haaland's shot. Well saved by Racciopi.
Well, great run from Akanji when it does come to Haaland. Kovacic had made a run beyond him.
And here's an opportunity for Elia, who scores! Mishak Elia for Young Boys. It's 1-1. Out of nothing, they've equalised.
Well, we talked about the intelligence of Lewis. Not on that occasion. He tried to play Elia offside. I think he was onside. What a lovely little chip. Very difficult on an artificial surface to get underneath the ball and lift it over the goalkeeper. But that's a brilliant finish. What a response from Young Boys.
Approaching the hour mark, Young Boys. Corner, Lopez puts it in, oh, and it's flicked just wide. Now, would it have been offside from this?
I think there was probably maybe 4 or 5 players that were offside, and camera was certainly...
Norris Benito with the forward ball, nicely brought down by the goal scorer Elia, who's often travelling and finds Itten. Bloom with a run to his right. Itten went for goal instead, and Edison just seemed to misjudge the flight of that. Kovacic, Grealish, and still. Great block by Nias. Grealish to penalty for handball.
Well, here is it again, Grealish running across the field with the ball. That's a good block.
Yeah, that's a foul, isn't it?
It's a foul. Camera, the player that comes out. Rodri just nudges it away from him, and he actually steps on his foot. Having given the penalty, I don't think the VAR is going to tell him to have another look at this. There it is, stamps on his foot. It's unfortunate. It's not intentional, but it's a foul.
Haaland against Ratchiopi. Scores for Manchester City. Keeper went the right way, but there was just too much power off the left boot of the Norwegian, and the European champions lead in Bern.
It's the right way. Should save it. I think that goes through his arms. He can't watch, but close of the eyes. It's not the best penalty. It's a nice height for the goalkeeper.
That's nicely done. Doku here from the Nunez pass. Haaland in the middle has put it wide, which is his challenge that led to the penalty. That's given away. That was a poor pass, didn't really look. Gamvula, here's Haaland, and here's Alvarez, and that's surely the game for Manchester City. Julian Alvarez with probably his first touch since coming on, and it's 3-1.
First of all, they wanted a foul. Then they wanted a handball there. It's a lovely bit of play by Erling Haaland. Comes off, gets his body half turn, plays the next ball in. Alvarez, who's just come on, good finish into the far post. What a good pass that was from Haaland. And once the goalkeeper has to go one way, as soon as Alvarez played it the other way, it was always going to hit the back of the net. But they will be looking at the handball by Grealish.
He's an exceptionally good finisher, Julian Alvarez. And he has tucked away what he hopes is his 8th goal of the season, but the Italian VAR, Paolo Valeri, has recommended Morten Krug goes to look at the screen, and it is the handball that he'll be looking at.
Just there. That's what the Young Boys player saw. He's right in front of the referee as well, but there's nothing wrong with that, because this is what you can do with VAR. You can look it, you can check it, you can make a decision. What is it to be?
Yeah.
Handball.
No goal. Alvarez has his goal wiped out. Rodri back into Rico Lewis, and he's got it through to Erling Haaland. Haaland, Ratchiopi does well, Kovacic trying to follow up. Lewis is there, and it was Ugrinic who managed to make the clearance. Just for a substitution.
Here it is. If he does it now, I think he beats the goalkeeper. Once he took that touch, Bloom was going back to the line, so too Camera. Goalkeeper was in a good position. That's it now for Young Boys. They've made all their substitutions. 10 minutes plus added on time to change the scoreline here.
Beautifully taken by Grealish. didn't have to break stride, but then couldn't break through. Alvarez riding the challenge from Nias. Bernardo Silva jinking, little run and a shot just wide of that far post.
So well, he just takes a touch inside and hits it so quickly before the defender can react. Just not quite enough bend on it, maybe had it been on target.
With that cross, actually played one game very early on in his career for City's Manchester neighbours, United. Here's Alvarez. Lewis. Rodri. Nicely done. Haaland. Oh, it's in. Devastating finish from Erling Haaland. And that will see Manchester City home and dry.
Great bit of play. Rodri to start with. Then Haaland, I talked about his right foot. Doesn't use it that often. Not many of his goals come with his right foot, but that's a brilliant bit of play. Threatens to shoot with his left. Chops it back on Nias. And then just bends it into that top corner. What a brilliant goal that is.
Jack Grealish. Lewis is in the centre-forward position. Here's Alvarez, good save. Grealish. Driven in by Gomez. Blocked by Mohamed Kamara. Good save by Racciopi again. Alvarez. Ake. And the referee decides that that will do it. And Pep Guardiola tells his players to go and thank the support of the travelling Manchester City fans